Alrighty, so yeah, I'm just gonna jump right in. I have 100 subscribers now. 100 people saw my content and thought it was genuinely interesting enough that they hit the subscribe button. So first off, I just want to say yeah, thank you so much. I mean, that's just crazy to me, and I'm really grateful for that. So thank you guys so much. Additionally, I know that this video is coming a little bit late. In fact, I am now at, I think, 205 subscribers, maybe 206, which is mind-blowing. So that is gonna be something else I'll need to cover. But yeah, so this is technically the 100 subscriber special because 100 people subscribe to my channel, and yeah, thank you so much. It means a ton, and yeah, I still can't believe it. I mean, I started this channel as just a way to, you know, show off my hobby, what I've been doing for years, and I just love building stuff with Legos or Lego bricks. I know it's an adjective, but I've always said Legos. I don't know. I'll do my best to not do that. But yeah, so thank you so much. And I've reached 200 as well, so I'm going to need to do a 200 subscriber special, which will probably be the video right after this. I actually hit 100 subscribers back on Thursday, and for those of you watching this later on down the road, this is now the Tuesday after that, and I meant to do a 100 subscriber special just as soon as I hit 100, but actually in my region we were having a ton of ice and snow issues, weather like that, which was just kind of unprecedented for the region. There were power outages, burst pipes in numerous areas all across the city. So yeah, it was kind of crazy. I wasn't able to make a video then. Also a boil water notice, so the water was not exactly potable. But yeah, now I'm doing it, and I know it's a little bit late, but here we are. So yeah, thank you once again, and I thought today we'd take a look at this thing. So yeah, this is a Berg, B-E-R-G, it's like iceberg minus the ice part of it, Airship from the Maze Runner trilogy, and it's a massive yeah, militia airship employed by the World Catastrophe Kill Zone Department, commonly referred to as Wicked, and yeah, I figured that that's just what we'd check out today. So yeah, thanks again, and let's jump right in. So real quick, there's one more thing I wanted to note, and that's that as soon as I hit 100 subs on Thursday, I knew I had to do something special for the video, even if I couldn't make it right then, what with the power issues, and yeah, it was just crazy. So I'm looking around for ideas, and I pulled out this box of pieces for this Berg airship, and I'd actually built it when I was 13 and then dismantled it, you know, years back, and hadn't touched it since. So I found the parts, and I just thought, what the heck, I'll try and put it together. So yeah, that's how it's here today for us to take a look at, and it's actually big enough that, let's see, it does not fit in my light box. So we've just got it on the desk here, and we're gonna take a look at it like that. Alright, hello. So yeah, the very first thing I wanted to cover is I designed this thing so that it would be fun to swoosh around. Yeah, swooshable. Swooshable is the word I'm looking for. So it does have this crank on the top, and when you turn that, that makes the propellers spin up. They are on friction pins, not axles, so they can be moved out of alignment, but that also means that they won't break off as easily if, you know, you clip it against a wall or something, and it won't mess up the gearing inside. So yeah, that's how that works. And I'm just going to give a little tour around the exterior. So starting up at the front here, we have a big old cockpit for our pilot. Down beneath that are 2 turrets, which would be lowered out when it needs to attack something on the ground or maybe chase a dune buggy, I don't know. So those can fold out just like that, and then they tuck away under the wings like so. Now, going off to the side, we have an intake here right under the propeller. I don't know why 13-year-old Aiden put an intake right under the propeller, but I did. I'm not even certain that it's there in the films, but that's what I did. So you've got one on either side. The propellers have green lights on them. I'm not entirely sure what they do in the films, but they do have those green lights on there. So they, I guess, give an indicator for where the propellers are. If we turn it on its side, you'll see how the wings are shaped up along the side, and these are mirrored from either side. So I might just do one side, and you'll get the picture. But that's how it looks underneath. There's a little bit of the Technic structure visible in there. We'll get to that in just a bit. And then finally, coming around to the back, we have a pair of thrusters which can be angled up and down, and of course the rear loading door, which is where your troops would enter and exit, and that's just generally how you access the inside if you are a minifigure. Here's a quick look at how it appears along the sides, and on top, yeah, just a different angle. And yeah, now let's move on to the main body and interior. So, starting up at the front here, we've got our cockpit, and that's just one big prefabbed piece. It has these little gray parts on the sides here to kind of fill out the shape a little bit more, but that removes just like that. And inside we have a pilot, and we'll take a more detailed look at the minifigures at the very end, but that's what he looks like. And then oh, come on, focus. A little control panel, or a pair of, I guess, aerial, I really have no idea what to call them, but there's a control panel. He has a nice big high-backed seat with a headrest, and then technically down behind him would be the passage that you go through to access the main area, or the main cargo bay, but due to the multiple gearboxes that are inside this thing to make the wings, or to make the propellers rotate, there isn't actually a really good access between the two areas. So you can sort of pretend. Alright, now moving up. This whole area right here, ta-da, is one big removable chunk. So I'm just going to rip all this off at once. And here, move our crank so that it's out of the way. Ta-da! So now that that's taken off, we can fold down the rear door and take a closer look at the inside. So the door lowers down just like so. It has a few of these parts on the inside to act as stoppers, and for some reason it has brake lights. I don't know why I added brake lights on an aerial vehicle, but then again, I was 13. So we have some black 1x2 two-studded plate tiles. I don't know what to refer to them as, but these will function as pretty rudimentary seats for your troops or any sort of passengers that you'd want to have on the inside. Going further up the main fuselage, here, can I tilt it on its side maybe? Maybe. Oh yeah, that works. So here we have the crank, and that's suspended by the Technic skeleton on the inside and it stays there when the roof comes off. But we also have another seat there and another on the other side. Now, down in that area there, you see a hook that's kind of swinging around. There is a pair of cargo doors right there, and I'll show you how that works in just a second. And then, last but not least, in this, I guess, third segment, you could call it, right in front of the cockpit, we have two pairs of, I'm just going to call them ammo crates. So two on either side, those little gray boxes like that. But technically in the movie those are seats. It's just that unfortunately this thing is not large enough to be able to use those as seats for a figure. Their head would stick up just a tiny bit too much. So I'm going to call them ammo crates and have the black squares on the floor be the seats. And then right above that we have, again, the main axle that is operated by the crank. So that extends through the top of the doorway to the cockpit and into the T section of the wings. So there's a gearbox in there for operating the rotors. And then I've also simulated some steps on the floor, even though you really technically can't enter the cockpit. It's like a 1 or 2 brick high opening. So I guess you could probably slide a minifigure through there face down, but otherwise they're going to have a real hard time getting in. So here's just another quick angle for what it looks like with the top parts removed. There's your interior space just a little bit, and I guess I'll go ahead and show how those cargo doors work. So here, yeah, so there's a pair of cargo doors right there. They're lined by the yellow and black hazard stripes, and if you just push down on one, opens, push down on the other, that one opens as well. And so then you can spin the winch down and lower the hook through the opening. That allows you to have a cargo hook suspended from the bottom of the aircraft, which you can use to, pick up a cargo shipment or steal a train car, whatever is needed for the situation. Now, this is probably pretty obvious, but just to give a quick demonstration, figures would sit in the rear cargo hold or trooper area like that. So you could have your soldiers up at the front, and then you put your more important personnel maybe sitting a few seats back, just like that. So once they're all in place, cockpit lid goes on like that. The roof fits onto the fuselage like that, and then the door shuts at the back, and you're ready for liftoff. So yeah, just it's an absolute blast to fly around, and I'm so glad that I was able to get it put back together. So yep, that's pretty much the extent of it. It's a very simple aircraft. It really serves one purpose, which is carrying a large amount of people or a large amount of cargo, and so it's big, but it's not complex. And yeah, I mean that's how it works. So on to the figures now, I guess. Alrighty, now we have the figures. So I've ordered them from left to right in terms of importance. So over here on the left we have a pretty generic wicked foot soldier. Next to him we have another wicked foot soldier. This one has the red highlights on the armor, or sorry, not the armor, but the legs and the arms. I'm not totally sure what that specifies, but it seems like it could be a higher rank or maybe a different faction. So I've just put him a little higher than his companion. Here's our pilot, going to be responsible for flying the whole thing. Next to him is Dr. Janssen, or Assistant Director Janssen. He's Assistant Director in the books. I'm not entirely sure what his role is in the movies, but he seems like he might be head of security. So that's him. And then this is Dr. Ava Page, leader of Wicked, in charge of all the goings-on for their company. And yeah, so we'll just take a closer look at each of them one by one. Starting with the Wicked foot soldier. Come on, focus. Focus. So there we go. It's got a helmet from the collectible minifigure series Bounty Hunter. This torso is from the Lego movie with the super secret police identification on it. And then he's just got some like belts and maybe a holster down on his leg. And then this is just a pretty standard sidearm pistol, like a Glock or something. And yeah, so he's pretty generic, but I have also included a hairpiece for him, so that if you want, you can have him be a nameless Wicked foot soldier, or the main character, the main protagonist, Thomas, in disguise. So that's Thomas. He's got a pretty confident looking face on one side, and then, oops, a pretty scared looking one on the other. Likewise, for his companion, this is pretty standard fare for Wicked, with the same vest and the same helmet used. This weapon here that I've built with 3 pieces, just a megaphone, like a faucet, and then a black minifigure hand, is intended to be a launcher, one of Wicked's electric non-lethals. But I'm not totally happy with how this looks. I just kind of threw it together for the video, so yeah, there's that. And then the helmet for this guy also removes as well. And then have a hairpiece you can add for if you want him to be Newt, Thomas's right-hand man, if you will. So he's got a kind of stern-looking face right there, and then a much more angry one. So yeah. Here's the pilot. Very, very simple. Torso from Jurassic World, face from Star Wars, and he's just got kind of an angry expression, or a more just neutral one. Janssen is wearing his all-black outfit with the gray turtleneck underneath, so he has his black jacket, black pants, and of course his kind of spiky black hair. A little bit of stubble on the face for a much more calm expression, and then on the other side a far more angry expression. He also has a sidearm. And lastly, Dr. Ava Page has no other expression, I believe. Yep, no other expression. The torso's from Jurassic World, the head is from Star Wars, and just pretty standard fare for her. So, yeah, that's the mock, and really hope y'all enjoyed today's video. It's definitely a more special one. Just, this is a monumental occasion, so I'm still kind of in shock over the 100 subs and the now 200 subs, so I'm definitely going to be following this one with a 200 sub video. Gonna have to figure out what to do for that. But yeah, there you have it. The Berg. Oh, where's the crank? There it is. So, ton of fun, and oh boy, I completely forgot to show y'all what that does. Where is it? What? There it is. That little wheel sticking out of the roof. Basically, it's really simple. It's just for when you open the cargo doors on the bottom. When you spin that wheel, it allows you to lower the hook out from under. Yeah, there we go. So the rubber tire just hits the winch and allows it to go up and down. So yeah, 100 subs. Yeah. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. It's been a blast creating this channel and seeing people's feedback to what I do. It's just a ton of fun. So yeah, tons of thanks for that. I love it. I don't plan to stop anytime soon, and yeah, so thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.